Morning. Hi, Chrissy. Hope you're better now. It's like my arrangement of new goodies. Can't see that one, can you? It's release day. Yay! Yeah, we're all getting there, aren't we? I won't go through all my ailments. Hi, Jean. Hi, Debbie. I'll wait for you all to join. I know we'll be down on numbers today because a few people can't make it. That's all right because I know people have regular jobs and appointments and things to go to. It's always available on the video section of my page to watch at any time, and then you can pause me, which is always quite a good thing to do. And I'll also upload it to YouTube at some point. I've got a busy day today, so I'll try and get it done. Probably do it over a sandwich earlier, but we'll see how we get on. Hello, Pam in Nottingham. Hi, Sharon. It's a beautiful morning here in Milton Keynes. Sun's out. Nice and crisp morning. Hi, Lozzie. I hope you managed to all see the beautiful samples from the Sentimentally Yours design team. So Lozzie's done some, Alison and David, Helen and Ilona. I think that's how we say it. They're absolutely stunning samples. You know, I don't know why I'm on the telly box instead of you guys, because you guys are making some absolutely stunning samples. So a big thank you from Phil and the team to you guys for those. They are amazing, aren't they? Yeah. Hi, Rose. Yeah, I'm not Julie, I'm Julia Rose. It's my pet hate. Sorry. Do you know, because quite a few of you will know that my mum passed away in August, and I've been trying to sort out her house and estate and stuff, and it's a bit of a nightmare really, because obviously when it's spouse you don't need to go through probate, but when it's your mum you do. And so trying to go through probate, and my solicitor has just been taking forever to do anything. It's taken her 2.5 months to actually file probate, and then she even got my name wrong. She wrote Julie. You know, she's sending the email to Julia at and my email address, and she's calling me Julie. How rude. Hello, Maureen. Long time no see. Are you going to the supper club next month? Catherine and I are going, so I hope to see you there if you are. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, well, she's with my dad now, Chrissy, so she'll be happy. It's all she's wanted since my dad died, so hey ho. Such is life, isn't it? Yeah, lots of memories, especially when I'm sorting through all her stuff in her house. It's like, why have you kept this, mother? You didn't need to keep this. Why's my dad kept that? It's so funny. But that's not all I'm going to remember, obviously, but those are the things that are winding me up at the moment. Anyway, let's crack on. Enough of that. So, Chrissy, no, because you're in the West Midlands, aren't you? I've not been up since, when did I last come up? About the 20th, no, was it? Yeah, I think it's about the 15th of October, because I've been quite busy since then, so it's been quite good to not have to travel up and down the motorway, because it's blinking expensive at the moment with the petrol. Everything's, the garage has been cleared, so that was the main thing to get sorted out, and I've bought a load of stuff home to try and sell. I've got all the paperwork, shredded loads of stuff, so there's not a lot else that I can do in the house at the moment. The heating's on low, so that should be absolutely fine. The next door neighbours have got a key. My uncle's got a key. So, and the estate agents are showing people around. So there's not a lot else I can do really. I may well pop up for a day in December just to check out everything and maybe whack the heating up so that it'll all kind of be less damp. But like I say, there's not a lot I can do until we've actually sold the house. Yeah, maybe next year, Maureen. Yeah, at least my daughter's coming up, Catherine, so that'd be lovely. Right, let's crack on. So the new celebration collection from Sentimentally Yours. You guys have already seen Phil's Facebook Live on Saturday, and I know you've seen the design team samples, or some of you have, and you'll have seen that it had early access on the craft sort yesterday. Yes, so they're also available on my website, and there is a 10% discount till midnight tomorrow night on products on the shows. So as you go onto the juliawattscrafts.co.uk, if you go into the As Seen on TV section, it's the top one, and you'll see you have to enter code celebration in capitals in the discount code box at checkout to get 10% off what's going on the show. So okay, so that's that. So it's always while stocks last, as always. Now these beautiful pearls here, I'm just going to show you a quick look at them. You can see them there. Look, they're the last of the shimmer pearls, according to Phil. So you can see with the papers that these are going to match. You've got an ivory in there as well. I can't remember what he's calling it, because as you can see, I've got no labels on mine. And we've got a lavender, we've got pink, we've got a darker kind of I don't know, cerise kind of colour. That's going to go with the pink papers, as you can see. You've got a lovely pale blue. You've got teal. That's going to go with the teal papers. So those are only available on the craft store or at the Honeypot Crafts website. He won't let me have those, no matter how many. Is it claret? Is it? I have no idea. You can only get those from Phil or from the craft store, unfortunately. So I don't want any anyway. That's a lie. Let's put these back in here. See, I don't forget them. I do want the teal ones out though, because we're doing a teal colour project. So we've got 5 new stamp sets. We've got the it's a celebration collection. Lots of presents. Lots of cupcakes. Yum 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 yum. Lots of happy wishes. So we've got lots of sentiments in there. It's quite a funky font. Mixed text on there. Obviously you can colour areas in if you want to. Lots of cake, definitely. You can't beat cake. Cake and ice cream. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Lots of fizz. That's not really for me because I don't drink. But obviously celebration images, absolutely wonderful. Not just birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, anything you want to crack the champagne open for, and really useful bunting set. And of course you've got your numbers and your ordnance here as well. So those are all A6. So being A6, they're a little bit less expensive than the big ones. So cool. So of course this time of year we don't really want massive expenses. These are absolutely gorgeous. These are the new celebration papers. So obviously mine have been hacked about a bit. So you've actually got 10 designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another 5, 10 designs, and you've got 4 sheets of each. So there's 40 sheets, and they're the normal 190 GSM litho printed, best quality ever that you can get. And these will take inks, and you can stamp on top of them, all sorts. And across all the paper packs, all the colourways, they're all the same papers. So you do have ones that are kind of like a solid background. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So they're perfect to go with your watercolour card. Oops. What fell down then? I have no idea what just fell. Yeah, so they're going to go with your watercolour card because they've got no white on them. Then you've got this one, this one, and this one, and that one as well, that have a little bit of white in them. So they're really better when you've got your regular pure white card or your alcohol marker card as well. Yeah, you should have done lots of tea, shouldn't he? That would have been a really good set. Craft a lunch. I don't know what it was that fell down. I've no idea. I can't see anything that's fallen, but anything happening in my room. So anyway, we've got the Celebration Teals. We've got the Celebration Pinks, which obviously have got a deeper colour involved in that. Claret or cerise, however you want to call it. Then you've got the Lavenders, which is definitely a different colour to the pinks. I like purple, so that's going to be one of my favourites. I love the funky hearts. I think they're really cool. And then you got the blues as well. And then the pinks and the lavender have got the birthday girl paper on it, and then the teals and the blues have got the birthday boy on it. But aside from that, the other 9 papers can be for either sex. Cool. Right, so that's all the admin. Let's get some stamping done. Now, did I get a piece of card out? I didn't. Where's it gone? There it is. I knew I'd hidden it somewhere. I did get a piece of card out, but I didn't put it in my pack. How special am I? They are stunning papers, and it's nice to have some new papers. I mean, the daisy papers, I adore the daisy papers. They're my favourite to date. Mind you, I like the Rococo Splendour as well. That's a really nice collection. So I've still got my... Oh, let's move all these parlour backgrounds from underneath here. We don't want those underneath. So I'm concentrating on the watercolour blending brush pens because they're my favourite. And I'm more confident with those than I am with the alcohol markers. It's just practice. That's all it's about, you know. And because I use the watercolour blending brush pens for all of my projects, whoever I'm working for, then that's why I'm more confident with it. So what do we need to stamp? We need to stamp a couple of presents and a tag. So we're going into lots of presents first of all. And we're just going to pick... We don't need to actually stamp loads on here. We're going to pick that present there. And we want this diddy little one here. And we're going to stamp... If I do it all near the top, then I can keep the rest of my card for something else. And we're going to stamp that as well. Creak, creak, creak. It will always creak. It's not a Facebook Live without a creak. Now, what have I done with my black? I've got my black ink pad out. There it is. I'm going to, after tomorrow's shows, because Phil's doing 6 and 8 tonight, and he's doing 8 AM tomorrow, then I'm doing 12 and 4 tomorrow. And after that, I don't have any shows until the 15th of December. Woohoo! I do love going there, I do, but I need to get some stuff sorted out. Because although I've done lots of sorting out at Mum's, I need to do some sorting out here as well. There we go, there's some presents, that's all I need. Do my minimum amount of cleaning. December the 15th, it's a studio light, one day special. I don't know what's on it, no idea. I think they've given me a rough idea. I think it's builder's card making, but what it is, I don't know. Because I haven't got the product yet. Holiday for me, as if. I've got so much, I'm going to say stuff, another word came to mind, to sort out. My craft room is abysmal. I've got a clear out, a massive clear out. I've got stuff in the garage that we haven't touched in the 8.5 years that we lived here. And I need to sell some of that and shred as well, because I've been shredding my own stuff as well. Because we're moving, Nathan and I are moving to Portsmouth next year. When we sell Mum's house, we're going to look for a house in Portsmouth. And so I don't want to move stuff that we don't need. Having sorted out all the stuff in my mum's house, I realise how much stuff we don't need. Right, so we're going to stamp one of the cupcakes now, and I've cut the charmed rectangles are on the show. Charmed rectangles haven't been seen on TV forever. Is it this one? Yes. So we're going to do this swirly cupcake by the sea. I want to live in Gosport, because that's where Catherine and Tom are. But I also need a bungalow, because Nathan reckons I should have a bungalow because of my knees, and he's absolutely right. But there's not many bungalows, because we have to have a minimum of 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms and no garage. So we have to have 3 bedrooms and a garage, or 4 bedrooms and no garage. And I have to have somewhere where Nathan's bedroom is far away from my bedroom, because he's noisy and nocturnal. So, and no stairs. So not a dormer. So I've got very specific wants. I don't know. We might have to go to Fareham. But I'd really want to be within walking distance of Catherine if I can. So that's Gosport. And she's right by the sea. She's 2 minutes from the sea where she lives. So there's our cupcake on our rectangle. Already it's just on a die cut. It just looks fabulous, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Nathan was a little bit reluctant when I told him we were moving. But he's come round to the idea now. And he said to me, I think you should move into a bungalow, Mum. Because it might be the last house move you do. I don't know if he thinks that I'm going to die within the next 10 years, but who knows? None of us know, do we? Right, so that's all my stamping. Okie cookie. Let's put those where I don't lose them. It's always a good idea to put things where you don't lose them. Sorry about the shaky thing. Right, that's out of the way. Right, so let's do a bit of colouring. I meant to get my pens out. I was busy packing orders and forgot to get my pens out. These are the pens we're going to use. So we are using 1 pen from all 4 sets. How rude. Obviously you don't have to. So I think that's the darker of those 2. Those are in set 4. And from set 1 we want a turquoise, which I think is that one. Let's see if I've got the right one. Yes. And then from set 2 we want a darker one, which I think is that one. Yes. It's always handy to put yourself a little chart out. And set, what do you want to set 3, a light colour. I think that's that one. Yes. Okay, so just 4 pens, but 4 different sets. Hello, my darling. What a treat. Right, okay, let's see where I'm at. Right, so we're going to colour in. Let's lob these off here. Oh, we're not going to colour those in. I've got some cut out. What's the point? What's the point, Julia, of colouring in something that's not cut out? Plonker. There's no hope for me sometimes. These are the ones I've cut out. All ready. Plan ahead and then forget what you planned. That's always a good thing to do, Julia. Right. So I've got one of the cupcakes that I've coloured in already because I've added glitter to it and it's dry. So we're going for... which one are we going for? Which one are you going for, Julia? I'm going to go for the darker one, I think. Or should we go for this one? Yeah, the darker one. Oh, dither. Right, so remember we're on watercolour blending, watercolour card, which is a super smooth card. And we're just going to go a little bit around the edges. This is simple colouring in because I'm not the best at colouring in, especially when I'm trying to be quick. It is quite, I do use my watercolour blending brush pens when I'm colouring in all my fairy hug scenes. And I had a lovely couple of hours yesterday afternoon when I coloured in all of my demos from the last Fairy Hugs One Day special that I did. Because I never have time to colour them in on the telly because it's all about the stamping really and doing the scenes. And I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'll photograph those later and put those into the Fairy Hugs album. So I'm going to take just a water pen. Get it going. Water brush, and then just bleed. See how pigmented these pens are? They're just wonderful. So we're just going to bleed the colour out, just like so. I think this is why I like the watercolour pens, because they're so quick and you don't have to be a brilliant colourist. Whereas, oh, got outside the lines, I nearly swore then. Let's do that. Yeah, you don't have to be a brilliant colourist, and I like that, and it's just so quick. So we're going to move just into the lightest colour, which is this one, I think, 3. And we're just going to add a little bit to the top. So I'm staying away from where I've just been, so that the card can start to dry a bit. And we're just going to go round follow the swirls with a little bit of colour, like so. I don't numbers on pens. I don't know as it's that necessary for the watercolour blending brush pens. I only keep mine separate in separate sets, so that you guys know which set I'm using, especially when people haven't actually bought any yet. If I wasn't on the telly, I would actually sort them into colour order, and it wouldn't matter, would it then? But I suppose then you wouldn't have to do any colour swatches, because you'd know what colours were which. Let's leave that to dry just a minute, and we'll come to our little boxes. And let's just take this one. Don't know which one this is, can't remember. I think this is from 2. Just adding a little bit of where the shade might be, and then bleed that out. Yeah, you can give them your own numbers, or put the little stickers on. You know, Staples used to do them, little round stickers, and you can put stickers on them. Or you can use your labeler and put them lengthways down the barrel, as to, you know, and give them names or numbers then, couldn't you? Fiddle around pulling that out. Okay, let's go on to this one. Let's do this dark colour on the bow on this one. You can see where the shade's meant to be. I have not bothered cutting that bit out there. Life's too short to be fiddling around with that. So here is going to be the ribbon as well. And then we're also going to have the ribbon going around the corner here. See how random this is? I like random. I mean, you can blend the colours with the pens with themselves as well as bleeding the colour out with your brush. It's going a bit dull here. Must have been a cloud. Pull that down. Obviously you can build up layers as well, so once it's dry you can go in and add some more if you want to. It's not necessary. You can get away with not doing that. Add glitter if you want to, whatever rocks your boat. Okay, that's that one. Let's go back to our whatchamacallit. Which one did I use? And you've got these little tiny sugar strands here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of colour. I've got new glasses on the way. I had my eyes tested yesterday. They said it had been not yesterday, Monday. It's been 4.5 years since I went. No wonder I can't see to do these little tiny bits. Still, I'm persevering. Just a light touch. This is where the bullet nibs, if you're using the alcohol markers, the bullet nibs help. Like that. Then we're going to add, this is the kind of mustardy yellow from set 4, and I'm just going to colour this as is. Not going to bother with any shading of this. The cake itself. Then we're going to take, this is a Sakura Clear Star. I do have them on my website. And we're going to just add some clear star dots. Oh, I was going to put some other colour on first. Hang on, let's go back. Let's put a darker colour on first. Probably won't like that. That's better. Now that's dry. Just to darken it a little bit. I could have just put the clear star on, but it makes the little dots pop a little bit if you put it on darker. It could be the same colour or a darker colour. And then we'll go in with a little bit there, a little bit there. Then we go on top with the clear star. That's already got it on it, so we won't put any more on there. If these stop working, you can just kind of clean the nib a little bit and then get them going on a spare bit of paper, because they sometimes do that. It quite often happens if you're actually putting them onto a medium that's wet, but if your medium's dry, they should be all right. Okay, so now we've got some glitter going on with those. This one. You see the glitter? Ooh. Yeah, I've got some spare images stamped as well. I tend to do that. Oh, and I've got I'll do that label in a minute as well. So now we'll finish those off in a sec. Now what we do is we take some of the Sentimentally Yours glue, and we're going to give this kind of cream some frosting. So we're just drawing with the nozzle, filling in. This is why I've got one dry already. And you will find, you can find that sometimes, because we're dealing with watercolours, sometimes you can disturb the colour a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to put some Diamond Dazzle. It's not put Diamond Dazzle on the shows, but that's what I'm using, because I can. This is Diamond Dazzle's the one that's quite big particles, but they're completely see-through. So whatever colour you've used underneath, you can't see it because it's white at the moment, the glue, but whatever colour you've used underneath, when it dries, you can see it. So you can see my sprinkles underneath there. That's the one that's dry. So that's how I did that. So let's just finish our little bit of colouring, and then we can assemble our card. Right, so let's finish this. Let's decide what colours we're going to use on here. Which one's that? That's a lighter one. So let's just take the lighter of the colours in here and pull those out. Might look the same on your screen, but they are lighter. It's not rocket science, it's really easy. And let's take this one just along the stripes that have got the blue on, the black on rather. So that's that. And I don't know what when I use there. Let's go for this one. Is that 2? Yes, that's 2. This is the dark one. Just to do the bow. like a double bow, this bow, I suppose, or a triple bow, or one of them bows that you can pull in that all kind of, they've got like a cord in them and you pull them and they just make a bow automatically. Very clever things. I might use the same colour on the top as on the bottom there. Doesn't matter. It's coordinated. Right, that'll do. And this one, let's go to another colour actually. Let's go to this pale blue that's in set 2. This is one of my favourite blues. Let's write a 2 on there. Let's just colour that in as is because it's quicker. So you could use the blue and the teal papers together, which would go lovely. Okay, that's all my presents coloured in. Oh, I've got to do this as well. Let's take the lighter one here. So remember, this tag is from the present set. So if you don't want to go to the expense of buying the sentiment set, there are sentiments on the other sets as well. Of course, you've got candles, you've got a flag with a sentiment on it. Well, one's got happy, one's got birthday on it. So there's lots and lots within the sets. Or of course you can just use, if you don't like the other sets, I'm not sure why you wouldn't, but you can just buy the sentiment set on its own. Wherever you want to do, or whatever your budget can afford. Okay, so there's all my elements all coloured in. Right, let's go for a bit of construction. Right, I'll put those away in a minute, and I'll keep my, what did I just do with those? I know where I'm going to put them. Right. Going into my pack. Oh, that. So we'll do our flower in a minute. Right, let's see which way up this has got to go. So the card that I've actually teamed it up with this time is the Secret Lagoon. I don't know what you guys are on about. Haven't been watching. Can't watch when I'm colouring in. So we've got the next size of the charmed rectangles. So that's going to sit on there. Because I've used the glue, this has actually warped a little bit. So I'm going to perhaps put that on foam tape to hide that. And then we've got the charmed labels too. And they've got the heart paper out of that. And this is the largest of the dies, I believe. Pop that on there, and then we've got our backing bits. So of course we have to have a border, because that beautiful border, the charmed border from the Compendium Box Kit 2, which I still have got in stock on my website, I've cut from that. And I had a scrap, this is left over from one of my demos, and it just happens to be the right size, so I'm going to use that as well. I'm using lots of, I think I'm using 5 different papers on this. I think it's 4 or 5. And I've gone for, because I'm using the watercolour card, I've gone for the more solid designs, the ones with a coloured background, because I don't like the white with the watercolour card. That's just me. Let's pop this on our border. Head-butted the camera then, so sorry again. Sure that's straight, and we give that a couple of minutes to set down. And then we've got our background pieces here. So we've got, obviously, again, more solid pieces. So we're going to put these two backgrounds on. So this is cut to, I think one's 4 inches and the other one's 3, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, this one's 4 and this one's 3.5, and the width is 7. Okay, so let's get these stuck on. You could, of course, what would be quite nice is actually if you embossed one of them, that would be rather nice. But we're not doing that. But you can do. So you can emboss them and sand them back, or just emboss them. Or you can emboss them and add a little bit of ink over the top. There's all sorts of things you can do to change the papers, even though they're beautiful as they are. So as I said, we're going on to Secret Lagoon. Hopefully that's straight. There's an awful lot of my projects that aren't straight nowadays. I know I sit down to demo because of my gammy knees, which is a bit annoying. I hate things that aren't straight. Dirty marks and things on the wonk when they're not supposed to be on the wonk, I just don't like. Remember, less is more with your glue. I've also used this paper with the Totally Turquoise as well. If you want a less striking kind of background, then the Totally Turquoise works very nicely. So yeah, I'm not putting that on yet. I'm going to put this on here first. Let's go for 1mm tape, because then it doesn't take so much room to store, even though I will abandon it at the studio and give it to Phil. Having a clear out. Hashtag having a clear out. That's what I should say, isn't it? That's what the youngsters say. I missed out on the Stamp Addicts tabletop sale a month or so ago. I don't know when Sarah did it eventually. It had to keep on being rearranged because of COVID, and I had so many shows I couldn't manage it, and I could have really done with it. So hopefully Sarah will do another one. Do watch out on my pre-loved section, because I've been putting some stuff on most nights this week. I've sat and put 10 to 20 extra stamps that are going on at the moment, because I'm clearing out a load of Creative Expression stamps, and I've got some Just Right stamps that I've cleared out as well. So once they've gone, they've gone. Yeah, I'm an inches person. Can't do centimetres. I mean, there aren't centimetres on my ruler anyway, so that's good. So let's have it this way. I think that's straight. Ish. Everything's an ish. Let's trim this down. Nope, scissors. Get rid of that bit of glue so I don't gunk up my scissors. So I've waited to trim this down so that I haven't disturbed it when I've trimmed it. That's why I've waited. So that's going to go across the middle there. So here you can actually decide to put it right the way up there, or if you've missed it and your gap isn't how it, you know, you've, because of lining it up at the top, you've not got your gap right, or you can have it even lower if you want to. So you can kind of fiddle around. And I've actually left it the full width because it kind of fits on the card properly, rather than trimming it down. Because if I did it to the background there, then I've got, it doesn't quite fit on the, and I like a full arch. Or if I do it to there, again, it doesn't fit. So I'm leaving it to the full width of the card. That's the reason. Oh, you have to do loads of hashtags on Instagram. I'm not a big fan of Instagram at all. Too old for Instagram. I don't understand it most of the time. I don't see the point in it, to be honest. I'd much rather have Facebook. So I'm wondering, so my border doesn't fall over, I'm wondering whether to just add a little bit of foam tape. I might regret this, but you know, I might not. we just do it to there like so. Because when there's presenters are holding samples up, some of them aren't crafters, so they might damage them. Right, so let's put that like so. Okay. Right, so let's get this all... You're talking about inches and centimetres now, aren't you? Let's get this stuck together. So remember, we've got our labels too. Fiddle around. I mean, what I tend to do is, and when I do this, is I just get my dies and I just pick sizes and fiddle around. And because the stamps are clear, you can see exactly which ones are going to fit in which particular dies, and build up what you want to have as a layout before you actually cut things out, because obviously the dies aren't solid, so you can see, you know, how they're going to stack together. So as I said, I'm going to put, because of the glue, I'm going to put foam tape on this one, because it's been underneath my board, but it still hasn't flattened it out. So I mean, you might want to use Quickie glue pen and some of the rainbow crystals instead, if you want to. Rainbow crystals are the superfine glitter. And then obviously the page doesn't get as wet because you're not using the wet glue, but I actually really like when you move the Diamond Dazzle around, it kind of glistens. So it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? So that's going on there like so. So you can't tell now. And more tape, but I'm only dealing with 1mm tape, so it's not 6 inches deep like Mr. M's cards. I used to do it with the bigger tape, but I can't be bothered now because of the space. Those of you who've been to the Sheffield store know he's got lots of space, so he can store them. I should have done 2mm, shouldn't I, seeing as he's going to have it. Could be an early birthday card for next year, Phil. Like the ones you send me. Here's Mr. Foam Tape, Jennifer. Right, so this is going here like so. Okay. And then this is going on top. In the middle, in fact just up a bit, okay, because I've got a plan. I'll just remember what my plan is. So my plan is to bring these little presents, and the little presents are going to sit down here, and then the happy birthday is going to come in here like so. So we need some more tape onto the prezzies. So I think we need to have to use some of the bigger tape. Now, what have I done with that? What have I done with my... Oh, there it is. Honestly, Julia, get a grip. Right, is that the bigger one? No, that's the small one. That's the bigger one. So we're going to have the bigger one at the back. Is he still in the house? Probably not. He's probably packing. And let's have that kind of like, let's see. Faff, 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 faff. Honestly, the faffing is what takes the longest when you make something. Have you noticed that? And that's going to have to go on as well. Or should we have them? Let's have it there like that. Just pull the tape off. Yep. Okay. And then we just put, oh, we can't not have that on a bit of foam tape, can we really? Look, he's done it so that your foam tape's the right width. He's clever, isn't he? He's clever. Now I'm a little bit concerned that that's going to get damaged, so we'll put a bit of glue on there, which probably won't stick because it's going onto glitter. Oh, come on, glue. Right. How are we looking? Little bits. Then we do our flower. I've done one flower already. We need to put, we're going to have, because we go on the right here, we're going to have, these are the succulent leaves. So we're going to fold them at the centre of the vein. Like so. And one's going to go up there like that. I'm only putting 2 flowers on this, but they're biggies. So we're not putting 97 million on. Otherwise I lose the will to live. So that's going to go there like so. And then we've got the smaller, because you've got the 2 sizes. You've got right and the left. And the 2 sizes in the succulent foliage. And so we're going for a slightly smaller one up here, which should hint that the flower is going to be smaller up here, but not a lot smaller. So funny. So that's just waiting for my flowers. Right, so put that to one side for a moment and bring in a flower. So we've cut the, I think they're called Delightful, the ones with the veins in. And because I'm dealing with my watercolour card, I've cut them out of the watercolour card, and they've got a lovely deep veining. But you can see that even though watercolour's like 300 GSM, it still cuts absolutely beautifully. So we've got 2 sizes here. So you can see I've missed a few sizes out to get to that one. Okay, I think it's missed 2 or 3 sizes out, and then I've cut one of the stamens out of I think it's the middle size stamen. Out of this is the heart paper that I've cut it out of the teal. So we're going to just add a little bit of colour to the centre here. So I've got some salvage patina oxide, and just going to add, I've still got some on my sponge, just going to add some to the centre like so. Not worried about it being perfect, of course. I am going to just get rid of that salvage patina there, otherwise I'll have it on the back of my card, which will bug me. So let's get shaping. If I can find my bone folder. Where is it? Don't tell me I put it away. I never put things away. It's definitely not in there. So where is it? Bear with. I'll end up using something else if I can't find it. That's going to really bug me because I only used it the other day. I could have knocked it on the floor, of course. Who knows with me? You'd think I should have hundreds of bone folders. Oh, not the camera again, sorry. And I did used to have a lot of bone folders, but now I've only got the one green one, you know, the Hoogie one. And I lose it all of the time. I need another one. That's what I need. Right, so we're going to have to use a pokey tool then. That's not what I want to use. Right. Needs a must. So just because the daisies are very delicate, especially if you're making them out of paper. So hold them part way up the petal and just pull, but don't pull too hard with the papers. Because a number of papers I've actually had to glue the petal back on again, and it bugs me every time when I do it, and I never learn. And we're just pulling that, making 2 spiders, and then we do the smaller one. I think we'll do this within the hour. Yay. Last one. Obviously all the flowers for my demos are already made up because we never have time to really demonstrate flowers. And I have got 2 demos prepped per hour. So I should manage it. I usually do. Pretty much. When I only prep 1 demo, then I find that I'm actually a little bit short. Well, I'm short always, but you know what I mean. I wish I knew what I did with that. I've lost a stamp as well. I've lost one of my fairy hug stamps, which is driving me nuts because I wanted to use it. It's always the one that you want to use that you lose, isn't it? So let's stack these up. These are just going to make 1 flower. Glue in the centre. And remember, the daisies aren't symmetrical, which bugs me a little bit. But they are as near as, damn it. See, normally they should fit flush in the centre. But if you stack another one on top, you can't tell. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? It's an absolutely wonderful die, this. So let's stack the smaller one into there. It just adds a little bit. I'm in the salvage patina in the centre, which is a wonderful colour to use with the teals. I do have salvage patina in stock. My oxides are $5.49 each. So they're supposed to be $7.99. That's the RRP. So it's a really good price. So I've got these 2 of... I've got these in stock as well. There's 3 sizes. These are the Vass and Creative ball tools, which are very nice. I've also got the Dreamweaver one as well. I don't have any of these foam shaping pads, but I do have a bigger one, a woodware one in stock, which is a black one. So we're going to use 2 of these, hopefully together, just to make the stamens fuller. And then they're going in the centre. So pretty. And then we're going to add one of our teal pearls, whatever it's called. I'm sure it's teal. Teal shimmer, probably. I made a right mess of my pot now. Pick it up with a pick up tool. Mine's getting quite... Phil was going to get the extra nibs, but if you massage them with your finger, thumb and finger, because your hands are quite warm normally, then it just makes it easier to pick things up. So we're going for one of the 8. Glue first. It's not going to stick without glue, is it? Fundamental thing to have, glue. Don't push down with your pickup tool, because you'll flatten it. Just give it a press. I'm not worried about any glue oozing out. Isn't that pretty? So beautiful. Right. Keep that out because we want some more pearls. So finally we'll stick our leaves and our flowers on and we will be done. Quite a big card. How much did it measure? I think it's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 by 7 3/4. So you could fiddle around with it and easily do an 8 by 8 if you wanted to. Absolutely. So, which is the biggest one? Where's my other flower? I think that's the smallest one. There's my other flower. So the biggest one's going down here and the smallest one's going up there. Just pop our leaves on. Not worried about the glue because the flower will hold that, or hide that rather. And then just our little one. So I think we want the leaves out a little bit further for that. Yep. It's easy to make pretty cards with this collection. I mean, you can't beat having a couple of pretty flowers on, and because you've got wonderful papers to choose from and dies to choose from, you just cannot fail to make an absolute showstopper of a card from them. You know, I defy anybody to make a rubbish card with these. I really do, because they're just so easy to use, and because you can just use some of the small images. I mean, there are bigger images than, you know, there's a big present stack that's quite a large image. I'm losing my but you can definitely use the smaller ones too. So that means not a lot of colouring in. Win-win. So I think what we'll do is actually put some pearls down here. So we have a little row of pearls down here. 2, 3. There's no line. Oh, there is a line. Ooh. 1, 2. That helps, doesn't it? So we'll use the 5mm here. Do these ones first because I did the glue on here first. Now I kept my pickup tool out there. Where did I put it? There it is. See, I drive myself nuts. There's one. I must have my camera lower today because I keep my head butting it. I am planning on my little break. I am planning on doing some more lives and videos. Maybe mixing the products up across the companies I work for. Which is why I was looking for a stamp that I can't find. So there we are. All finished. It's pretty, isn't it? On the screen, these teal papers look more blue. On my screen, they do anyway. But they are definitely teal. Let's see if I can get that straight for you. So obviously we've used the cupcakes, lots of cupcakes, and then we've got the 2 presents and the label, which are from you, lots of presents. And then we've used the celebration teal, celebration teal papers, and we've used the delightful daisies, the stamens, the succulent foliage, the charmed rectangles, the charmed labels too, the compendium box kit border here, and then we've used the teal pearls and the secret lagoon card. So that's everything that we've used in that live. So just to recap, Phil is launching the one day special on the craft store today at 6 p.m. He's also got an 8 p.m. and then he's got 8 a.m. tomorrow, and I've got the 12 noon and the 4 p.m. If stocks are still available. And there's 10% discount on juliawattscrafts.co.uk on the items on the shows. You just go into the As Seen on TV collection, and you'll first the top one, you'll click on it, and you need to enter the celebration in capitals in a discount code box at checkout to get 10% discount until tomorrow night or while stocks last. Thank you for joining me, and watch out on my page for notifications of when the next lives are going to be. I'll try and do one on Sunday if I can, but I'll let you know. All right then, thanks everybody, and I'll see you later on the telly box. Bye.